This is Josh for WashingtonHotList.com. The House of Representatives today passed a measure that would allow governments to sue OPEC, which is basically the conglomerate that controls a lot of the oil production in and out of the world. And you know what? It's just really hysterical to see the hypocrisy on so many sides of this issue. First of all, how come no one cared when gasoline was under $3 a gallon and we're still giving those monies to the terrorists that were going to kill us? I mean, it's no secret that our oil production is controlled mostly by Middle Easterners who have a vested interest in destroying and killing a lot of Americans, mostly because we've always been an ally with Israel and they hate Israel. So we've gotten in bed with these countries and said, well, we need the oil. And let's face it, a lot of the members of our upper senior administration officials are former oil guys. I mean, look at Dick Cheney. He was the CEO of Halliburton. Look at Bush. He ran his own oil company into the ground. You know, the list goes on. And now all of a sudden we're saying, well, the gas prices are record high. That's no shock. I mean, mission accomplished, right? You got into office, you made your money, and now they're going to get out. Thanks a lot for helping us out. Thanks for donating the money, even though they don't realize that the money also goes to these, Saudi Arabians and terrorists. Okay, so then how come for 30 plus years since we had the oil embargo in 1973, we never said, you know what, maybe it's not a good idea that we should be so dependent on oil and we should develop some alternative energies. Invest in some solar power, wind power, nuclear power. I mean, I know some people are a little taboo about nuclear, but we've done nothing but addict ourselves to oil, and now that when it's finally backfiring on the American people, now we're screwed. I mean, the price of energy dictates everything. If you go to the supermarket and you buy, a dozen bananas, the bananas got there on a truck, and the truck is run on fuel. So obviously, if the price of fuel goes up, the price of bananas are going to go up. It's just simple economic theory, and no one seemed to care. If you really, really want to stop this nonsense, you would tax gas so crazy that no one will ever drive cars anymore. It would radically change everything. There'd be more hybrid vehicles, more dependency on ethanol and alternative fuels. Make gas $20 a gallon. And let's see, not only are we making cars in this country, SUVs that take so much, have no gas efficiency and that you require so much money to drive. I mean, let's say the government said we don't want to reduce the price of gas because that'll just have people use more gas and we're going to run out anyway. Tax the hell out of it and say we don't want you to use gas and this is how we're going to do something about it by taxing you. Then people eventually say, oh, I can't afford to drive anymore. I'm going to have to take public transportation. I'm going to write to my congressman. How about having a credit or rebate? If someone buys a hybrid vehicle, say here's $2,000 off your federal taxes. We want you to not drive on gasoline solely, and this is how we're going to enforce it. I mean, those are good ideas, and of course, you're not going to see any good ideas coming out of Congress because Republicans are so in bed with the oil companies, because the Democrats are too lame to even think of anything that would enhance this. I mean, Al Gore, who's not even running for any office, the only one has any ideas about this, and it's just weak. The Democratic Party is weak, and Republicans depend on this oil company money as their lifeline. So don't expect anything serious to happen anytime soon. This OPEC thing, okay, great. We're going to sue OPEC. Okay, so you know what that's going to do? That's going to make oil prices even higher. So maybe that is a good idea in the long run if you think about it. So we need to do something about this energy policy in this country, and I don't think this is going to be a step in the right direction, but you never know with these guys. So we'll have to wait and see. This is Josh for WashingtonHotList.com.